Hey, Luck fans. Hope everyone is having a good week. Your picks are going well. You're enjoying some hockey, and that life is good. When we last did a video, it was for Monday's games, and that ended off pretty good. We did all right for those games. We're going to hopefully start this weekend off on a positive as well. November 5th, there are 5 games on the board, a couple interesting games and a couple games that aren't that interesting, but we're going to talk about them all and make some picks. First game, we've got the Chicago Blackhawks against the Winnipeg Jets. Winnipeg is 5-2-2, current one-game winning streak. Connor Hellebuyck listed to be in net. They got Chicago coming to town. Chicago is 1-7-2, current one-game losing streak. I think Kevin Lankinen is going to be between the pipes for the Hawks on this game. Winnipeg, they played Dallas in their last one. It was on Tuesday. It was a beautiful goal from Scheifele to win the game in a shootout, 4-3. They were 2 for 4 on the power play. Kyle Connor, he's leading the team with 14 points. Eric Comrie, he's been playing really good in net when Hellebuyck hasn't been there. I think Hellebuyck will be in net for this game, though. The Jets, they've won 5 of their last 6, and they have a 7-game point streak going on right now. Chicago, they played Carolina on Wednesday, and it looked like they were going to win 2 in a row. They had a 3-1 lead in the game. Going into the third, they had a 3-2 lead, and they ended up losing the game 4-3. They were 0 for 5 on their power play. I mean, DeBrincat scored a couple, Kane got one, but yeah, they lost to Carolina, who I believe are the only undefeated team in the league right now. The Hawks are in 4th in penalty kill, and the Jets sitting 3rd in the power play. This is going to be a good game to watch. I think it's going to be an exciting, high-paced game. Chicago, obviously, the visiting dog here, pays 2.5. Winnipeg favorite heavy at 1.58, and the over-under is set at 6. I like the Jets here. I like the Jets to keep it going and, continue that point streak. Jets all the way. Sorry, Hawks. Next game, we got the New York Rangers taking on the Edmonton Oilers. The Oilers have Mikko Koskinen listed to be in net. They're 8-1-0, current 3-game winning streak. New York comes into this at 6-2-2. Current overtime decision is their streak. I believe Alexander Gorgaev is going to be in net for the Rangers. Edmonton had Nashville come to town on Wednesday, and they defeated the Predators 5-2. Before that, they had another 5-2 victory. That was over Seattle. This is the last home game before they head out on a road trip, a 5-game road trip. Koskinen, he's handled his position really well. He's got a .934 save percentage. Draisaitl with 20 points through 9 games. McDavid with 19. Smith is close to returning. Edmonton, strong Canadian team. Now you got New York. New York took on Vancouver on Tuesday. They held the Canucks scoreless on the power play. The Canucks were 0-6 on the power play, but they still took a loss, 3-2 in overtime. The Rangers, they play this game against Edmonton, and then I believe Saturday they play Calgary, and then they go home. Adam Fox with 7 points in his last 5 games. Kreider with 4 goals in his last 5. I mean, New York's got a healthy squad right now, and I know some of their wins earlier in the season, I think, were kind of fluky, lucky wins, but I think they're playing a more complete game right now, and they look pretty good. Shesterkin obviously been playing and helping this team win some of those games, but they've proven to be a pretty good road team. They're 2nd in the Atlantic. They are the dog here. It pays 2.35. Edmonton favored at 1.64. Over-under is set at 6. I like the Rangers. I like the visiting dog here to hand Edmonton a loss. It's going to be my pick, the Rangers. Next game, we've got Nashville and Vancouver. Vancouver sits 4-5-1, current 1-game winning streak. Thatcher Demko listed to be in net. Nashville comes to town, 5-5-0, current 1-game losing streak. Saros listed to be in net for the Predators. And as I just mentioned in the last game, Vancouver, they won that last one 3-2 in overtime. And that was at home against the Rangers. And I mean, there's been moments where Vancouver's looked all right when they've come back in a game and fought on a game. But I think the highlight has been Thatcher Demko. I mean, I think he's kind of kept them in most of these games. I think if it wasn't for him, they would be in last place in the Pacific, which is held by the Kraken right now. But I could see Vancouver being there if it wasn't for Thatcher Demko. Then you got Nashville coming to town. Nashville off a loss to Edmonton on Wednesday, which was 5-2. The Preds outshot the Oilers 33-30. They were 1 for 4 on the power play. They out-hit Edmonton 33-29. They were in the game. The puck just didn't bounce their way. David Riddick added back to the active roster after being off for COVID protocol. And this is going to be halfway through a 6-game road trip for the Predators. And, you know, if you look at some stats, you look at power play, you look at penalty kill, you look at face-off percentage, you look at goals for, goals against. The only one that Canucks have better standing in is goal against, and that is thanks to Thatcher Demko. Nashville, surprisingly, is the dog here, pays an even 2. I think Vegas is kind of tossing on this one because Vancouver sits at 1.83, over-under set at 5.5. I like another visiting dog here. I like Nashville to win this game against Vancouver. Next game, Game 4, we've got Arizona against Anaheim. Anaheim 3-4-3, current 2-game winning streak. John Gibson listed to be in net again. Arizona comes into this still looking for their first win, 0-9-1, current 8-game regulation losses now. Karl Vejmelka listed to be in net for the Coyotes. The Ducks, they played New Jersey on Tuesday and they won that game 4-0. Gibson with the shutout. New Jersey gave the Ducks lots of chances. They had 7 power plays in that game and they converted on 2 of those. They were 2 for 7. Getzlaf with 6 points in his last 5 games. Troy Terry with 5 goals in his last 5 games. And I think the Ducks are probably one of the biggest surprises in the league so far this season. I don't think anyone would have seen them playing this well. A great start. They're 5th in the power play and they sit 4th in the Pacific. Now the Coyotes, they have lost 10 games. Last one was on Tuesday against Philadelphia when they lost that game 3-0. News in Arizona, obviously they claimed Scott Wedgwood off waivers from New Jersey, and I know a lot of people are going to be looking to Arizona to get their first win here. I mean, it's got to come eventually, and a lot of people will think that this will be it. In the 2020-2021 campaign, they went 6-1-1, so Arizona kind of had their number, but that was a different Anaheim team, and I mean, Gibson's just playing really well. I like the home team here. They're favored. They pay 1.6. Arizona, the dog is always the dog lately, 2.45, over under set at 5.5. I like Anaheim home team to win the game. Last one, we've got the New Jersey Devils taking on the LA Kings. LA is 4-5-1, current 3-game winning streak. Cal Peterson listed to be in net taking on New Jersey, who are 4-3-1, current 1-game losing streak. Jonathan Bernier listed to be in net for the Devils. The Kings played Wednesday when St. Louis came into town, and it was an exciting finish, and it ended in a 3-2 victory in a shootout for LA over St. Louis. It was a big win for them. I mean, it was the 3rd time they played St. Louis. St. Louis has won the previous 2 games. It was a big win for the Kings. And now they're looking for their 4th straight win. New Jersey, they play Tuesday, as I mentioned, and Anaheim lost to the Ducks 4-0, and this will be the second of a 3-game road trip for the club. And I'm not sure if this road trip is going to get any better for LA. I mean, their leader in total points and assists is Dougie Hamilton, and I'm pretty sure he's not going to be in the lineup for Friday. They're playing back-to-back, so they're thinking he'll be in the lineup for Saturday, but out for Friday. So with him out and Jack Hughes still out, I think it's going to be tough against this LA Kings team, who obviously built their confidence even more after defeating St. Louis. This is a first of 2 meetings for these teams. And I'm going to look to Kopitar to play a good game and have a strong game. I'm going to look to Cal Peterson to play well in net. And I'm going to pick the LA Kings to win this game. New Jersey's the dog that pays 2.05. LA favorite at 1.8. Another close one. Could go either way, but I like the Kings in this position. Over under set at 5.5. Best bet record sits at 4-8. It is getting a little better. Current 3 wins in a row, which is nice. Regular picks are 47-27, and parlays are 7-12. That's where they currently sit. For Friday's games here, my best bet, I'm going to go the LA Kings last game of the day, 1.8 on the money line, and I'm going to parlay, bit of a risky parlay, but I'm going to go Rangers money line and Nashville money line, 2 visiting dogs, 2.35 and 2.0. I'm going to parlay those 2 together. And then I'm going to probably put some money on the Winnipeg game. I don't know if I'm going to do anything on that Anaheim game, although I do look to Anaheim to win the game. The Kings over New Jersey, Anaheim over Arizona, Nashville over Vancouver, the Rangers over Edmonton, and Winnipeg over Chicago. Hope everyone has a great Friday, the beginning of the weekend. Good luck with your picks. Great fall weekend. Enjoy some hockey. Talk soon.